Have you been looking for a capable, a spacious, a durable, a fuel-efficient truck? Well, today we're going to do a walk around on the 2024 Ford Maverick. This is the hybrid, and this is also the XLT trim level with a package on there. We're going to do a walk around and see what this has to offer you as a pickup truck buyer. All right, so let's start off with the front end design here on this vehicle. So you're going to see you have LED headlights here with halogen bulb for the turn signals there that leads right over into the Ford grille here with the Ford badge right in the middle. Really nice, really aggressive looking. The Maverick really has been a standout for Ford since it really came out. And then you're gonna lead over to these wheels here, these gray finish wheels here with nice meaty tires on this as well. So a really good design. 5 lug nuts here on this design as well. XLT spelled out right there on the badge, and you have a black painted finish on your mirror cap. You have the antenna up on the top there. And you have a full crew cab here on this vehicle, which will show you some space in the back in just a few minutes. Again, same design here on the back, fuel cap on the back side here. And then coming around the full back here, you have halogen bulbs here on the back with your reverse lights as well. Hybrid badge right there, and then a Maverick badge on the back. You also see that you have a tow hitch. This vehicle can tow up to 2,000 pounds, and it's got all the wiring and setup for the tow hitch there as well. And then, of course, you have the bed in this vehicle. So this rear liftgate does lock when you lock the vehicle. And this is also a multi-purpose tailgate, and I'll show you that in a second. But on the inside here, you have a normal bed here. It isn't the biggest bed in the world, but it's definitely a lot bigger than a traditional SUV. So the buyer of this vehicle really has been shopping, SUVs versus potentially getting a smaller pickup truck like this one. And that's really the buyer that Ford is aiming towards. And this bed is still spacious enough compared to an SUV. You do have also a 120 volt outlet right back there as well. And then a little bit of storage in this area right here. So this is the normal way that the tailgate lays. Let me show you the other way. So what you're going to do is you have the brace right here, or the cable. What you're going to do is you're going to push up a little bit, push this lever over the bolt right there on the side of the liftgate, and then you're going to put it over the black portion up here on the top. And what this does is this then gives the tailgate a little bit of a raise, and I'm going to show you the side of it. Again, I apologize about the wind today, guys. But you got a little bit of a raise, and what that does is it basically makes it line right up with the wheel well there, so you can carry something longer without it kind of flying right out of the back of the vehicle. And then if you wanted to put it back down to the normal height, you lift it up a little bit. You pull, again, that metal piece right there up and over the black piece. A little hard to do with one hand, but then it slides right on, and then it goes right back down like the normal tailgate. All right, let's look under the hood of this Ford Maverick. Now, there's 2 engine options. This one has the 2.5 liter 4-cylinder Atkinson cycle hybrid engine setup. What happens is this vehicle is basically a regular 4-cylinder engine that also has a 1.1 kilowatt hour battery pack hooked up to it, and it gives you the ability to really save a lot of gas, which I'll show you the gas numbers in a second. But talking under the hood here, horsepower, 191 horsepower. It's hooked up to an automatic CVT transmission designed by Ford. And overall, the vehicle, again, can tow up to 2,000 pounds. And you can also have about 1,500 pounds, or up to 1,500 pounds, and payload in the vehicle as well. All right, so let's take a look at the window sticker here. So big number stands out. 37 miles of combined fuel economy, 42 city, 33 highway. That number is insane for a truck that you can put things in the back end, and you have plenty of space for your passengers. Absolutely a killer vehicle for Ford. Now, you can stop and see all the specs on this one. This one is the XLT, but this one also has the luxury package, which gets us that trailer hitch, the power seat, and then the bed liner in the back of the vehicle. But the final MSRP on this vehicle, $31,790. Guys, listen, for a vehicle this capable, a vehicle that gives you the ability to have a bed in the back, that is an absolute deal in this market. And this is also, again, that XLT with the front wheel drive, but this is the XLT hybrid. That the hybrid engine is about a $1,500 upcharge. And again, there is other models that are below this that you can save even more money on if you don't want some of the features that this one has. Now, space in the back here, you have a 3 seats across the back here. It's got the weather mats or the carpeted mats back here, but you have a nice armrest right there in the middle. Plus, you do have 2 USB ports and another 120 volt outlet back there that you can charge devices on. But overall, you know, it's not a mammoth in space, but it's still spacious enough to keep, you know, folks back here, some kids back here, that kind of stuff, and get that great gas mileage. All right, let's pop open the door. Before I do that, I want to show you the key here on the vehicle. So this one has a traditional flip key, like the switchblade almost as the key. Lock, unlock. You do have a remote start here on this vehicle, and then of course your hazard lights. So the traditional Ford key, a little sad, and they don't have push button start and keyless entry on this vehicle just yet. But again, for the value you're getting, I'm okay with using a regular key for how much you're getting in this vehicle. Lock, unlock buttons right up there. You have power windows, power locks, power mirror options right there. And then a cool design here. And what they really did was they tried to cut this out a little bit so you can put a long bottle of water or a long, you know, tube, anything like that there that fits right there, and just use it really versatile. Now, you do have the power seat option here on that luxury package for XLT. The seats here are cloth finished. Really nice kind of two-tone design there with the gray finish. So really overall, a really nice design. You have a leather wrap steering wheel here. And then on the left-hand side, you do have lights here for the back that you can illuminate in the bed. Your gas release there, which let me pop that open. I'll show you that right now. Pop that open, and you have a capless design from Ford, so you can just go right up, and you see that it has, you can take 87 fuel in it. So that gas mileage you can get with just the regular 87 fuel. Then you have your automatic headlights here, and then your auto dimming lights as well. Let's jump in and let's turn these screens on. All right, so let's give a look outside and look around here. So you can see the bed right back there, a nice big sheet of glass on the back there. And then looking over your mirrors, Ford has not given us the blue blind spot monitoring on this vehicle, but you do have a little mirror there that acts as a blind spot, so you can, or acts as a view for the blind spot, so you can see in your blind spot. You can see the kind of different directions. If you were sitting up, you can see, you know, right past the car, plus the blind spot there as well. Now, let's come over and let's look at the screen here. Now, this is Sync 3 from Ford. So the old generation of Sync here for Ford, but you still have Apple CarPlay, Android Auto on this vehicle. You can do your AM, FM radio as well right there. And then right next to it, you have a nice little storage area that you can put like your phone in or your keys in or something like that right in there. Now, you have your hazard lights here. And then you also have your volume knob, your tuning knob, and all that kind of stuff. You also have the button where you can turn the screen right off, and it just gives you the time there if you're, you know, traveling nighttime or something like that, and the screen's a little bit too bright. You can also press it a second time there, and then it takes the clock all the way off, and then press it a third time, and it brings the screen right back. Now, below that, you do have your climate control options here. This is a single zone automatic climate control here in this vehicle. So you can press the auto button, and then you can also adjust the temperature right there on the screen. So you can set that, and then it will automatically cool the cabin to the temperature that you need it at. Now, you also do have 3 zone heated seats here for the front 2 passengers, and then also a heated steering wheel for the steering wheel right here as well. Down below that, you do have 2 USB ports and then a 12-volt outlet right there. And then you really have this really cool orange design down here for some storage area. Now, here's the best part of this, actually. I'm going to switch hands. You can actually pull this out and then clean this. Let's say you got stuff in there and it gets dirty. You can pull that out, clean it, and then slide it right back in, and then it goes right back in its place, and then you can reuse it again. So pretty cool. Now, coming on down, you do have your shifter here for your automatic CVT transmission. You also have a low mode here. Parking brake, that's electronic. You also do have some drive modes down here, which I'll press the button, and you can see, I'm sorry, let me turn this off. You can see me pressing the normal towing mode. You also have slippery mode, eco mode, and then sport. Most people are going to leave it right in eco mode, I'm sure. Then you also have your button here for your traction control off button. So you leave that on and off, however you'd like to use it. Turn that back on. And then you also have your auto hold button here. And then you have some storage area down here. Again, that same orange design that you can pull this out and clean it. And then you also have two nice size cup holders. Overall, really spacious here between the two front passengers. Nicely padded armrest here. And then this pops open to give a decent size of space in there. And then you can shut that up and just use it as a regular armrest. Now, coming over to the steering wheel here, you do have your regular cruise control options right here with your volume knob, your voice control options. And then on this side, it has your phone hang up and voice control button there as well. And then you can also control this middle screen by using this touchpad and this menu button right here. So you can go through things like your fuel economy, your trip, all that kind of stuff there. And then you can really kind of set this up to really do a whole bunch of things. Press up and down to go through music, your digital speedometer right there, which is pretty cool. And then on the left-hand side, you have this is unique to the hybrid. So you have like where you're braking and you're charging the vehicle and charging that 1.1 kilowatt hour battery. And then if you go to the right side, it's giving you the most amount of power for the vehicle. So instead of a traditional tachometer, they have this hybrid setup. And then you have your regular speedometer, your fuel gauge, and then your coolant gauge as well located right there. So overall, a really comfortable vehicle for this price point. All right, so that's been a quick video walk around on the 2024 Ford Maverick. This is the XLT with the hybrid powertrain. And my question to you is, if you're shopping around the $30,000 range, mostly you're going to be basically looking at just SUVs and maybe some sedans, but are you adding the Maverick to your shopping list because of how much versatility it gives, the space, the ability to have a bed and still carry 5 passengers? It makes it a very, very unique build in this segment, really, because it really competes against SUVs more than it does the midsize pickup truck segment. And especially with the fuel economy that you get on these vehicles, it's absolutely insane. So if you're in the market for about a $30,000 vehicle, add the Maverick to your shopping list. Even if you say, I'm really not shopping for a pickup, come take a look at the Maverick, because I'm sure you're going to enjoy the space and the versatility that it gives you right around that $30,000 price point. Thank you all so much for watching this video. If you haven't done so already, hit the like button, leave a comment, hit the subscribe button, do all those items, and we'll talk to you in the next video.